This is the final presentation for the course on the Assemblies of God History, Missions, and Governance by Kent Hollis. Missions is part of the DNA of the Assemblies of God. In 1914, at the First General Council in Hot Springs, Arkansas, one of 5 key issues that the council addressed was the facilitation of foreign missions. That council's value regarding missions is still very much a part of the Assembly of God Fellowship today. The 1914 missionary list included about 27 names. According to the AG Missions website, that number has now grown to over 2,700 foreign missionaries. The move of the Holy Spirit and its impact on missions. At the height of the Pentecostal movement in the early 1900s, foreign missionaries from various nations visited Azusa Street in Los Angeles. This was even before the formation of the Assemblies of God. Some of these were baptized in the Spirit and returned to their respective fields as Pentecostal missionaries. When the Assemblies of God was formed, a significant number of these Pentecostal missionaries chose to identify with the newly formed fellowship. The Assembly of God values and preaches the baptism of the Holy Spirit. This has been a key factor for the missions movement throughout the church. We point to the outpourings of the Spirit during the time of the Assemblies of God's founding in 1914 as the compelling force behind the missions movement. During this time, Pentecostals embraced the belief in the imminent return of Christ, and with the baptism of the Spirit came a strong desire for witnessing. The gift of tongues was believed by many as a gift that could and should be used in foreign lands, although that was soon understood as a sign for witnessing rather than an actual understood language. While Pentecostal missionaries were excited to share about the baptism of the Holy Spirit, their main focus was to reach lost souls for Christ. There has been tremendous growth in foreign missions since that time, largely due to the work taken by Pentecostal missionaries and workers. The Assembly of God Missions has continued to grow in many different ways. The Assemblies of God focus on missions has continued to grow stronger since it began. From 1919 through 1959, the Assemblies became more organized and developed the AG World Missions Department. The AG also had a home missions emphasis, which developed into the AG U.S. Missions Department, focused on reaching thousands of lost souls for Christ right here in the United States, including those on college campuses, people struggling with addictions, youth, and a growing intercultural focus. One aspect of the Assemblies of God missions focus has been the development of Chi Alpha, an outreach to college campuses. Chi Alpha ministries can be found around the world as well as in the United States. Part of the growth in this movement has been the participation of people in short-term missions work. Scott Martin tells us that 90% of appointed AG World Missions Chi Alpha missionaries have previously served on a short-term missions trip. I believe this is facilitated by the many Assembly of God churches that strive to get their congregations to participate in a short-term missions experience. The Assemblies continues to develop strong initiatives to engage church members from a very young age in world missions. Programs have been developed like Speed the Light, BGMC, along with short-term missions trips and an annual missions conference have helped thousands of Assembly of God members get involved in reaching the world for Christ. There is still more to be done. As the return of Christ is closer today than it has ever been, the Assemblies continues to focus on missions both at home and abroad. Dick Brogden challenges us, including the entire Assembly of God USA, to strive to do more to further the spread of the gospel to all nations, as so much more is still yet to be done. He calls us to do more than give, but to go ourselves, and to seek the power of the Holy Spirit to see the world reached. He says we must be ready and willing to risk it all for the sake of the gospel.